Hey y'all, welcome to What Chelsea Eats. Thank you so much for joining me today. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make this hormone balancing hearty soup. If you want to see how I make it, stay tuned. So this soup has a lot of nutrient dense ingredients. And what that means is it's going to help you to balance out where you need it. It's going to help you on your healing journey. This is a very clean soup. There's no shenanigans in it, and it's going to be delicious. So stay tuned. Let me show you how I make it. I will put all the ingredients down in the description box below, and you can substitute any ingredient that does not fit your liking. Need a big pot for this soup. I have my 8-quart 360 cookware stock pot. If you're interested, there is a link down in the description box below this video where you can find more information about it. So what I've done is I started to heat about a cup of vegetable broth, and I'm going to start with my onions. This is just a regular yellow onion, but you can use any type of onion that you would like for this dish. There's no special ingredients that you just have to have together with it. You can pick and choose whatever you want to put in this soup. Next, I have a red bell pepper. If you don't like red bell peppers, you can use yellow, you can use green, you can use another vegetable altogether. I like the sweetness of the red pepper, and it tasted really good when everything was combined in this soup. Next, I have celery. I'm using celery only because I want to have a salty component. This soup I'm not adding any sodium to. So if you want to use celery, you can. If not, you can use something else. But even so, if you need to add salt to your soup, you can add salt regardless if you're using the celery or not. I like to do that to cut down on sodium because I just think it's good for our health. I like to stir the ingredients together to get everything well combined as I layer these ingredients into the pot for this soup. Next, we have red lentils. I chose red lentils because they are easy to cook and they cook fast. And once you rinse them off, and you let them sit for a while, they kind of stick together. So that's why I'm having a hard time getting them out of the bowl, but they will come out, as you will see in a second. But you can use any type of lentils that you want. You just have to adjust the cooking time with the lentils, meaning you may need to add more time. And if you need to add more time, some of the vegetables that I add to this soup, you may want to wait to put into this dish because you don't want to cook some of these to death. And I will share with you which ones I'm talking about as we get to them. And as you can see, I'm still stirring everything together so that it can be well combined. But do you see how this soup has all these colors? This is what you want your food to look like. This is healing food. We use too many ingredients that are gray or brown or beige. We need color. Now this is a purple sweet potato. You guys have never seen me cook with a purple sweet potato on this channel ever. And I have started adding sweet potatoes to my diet, and I did a video or a short a little bit ago. You can look under the shorts tab in my videos and see what I said about sweet potatoes. But this purple sweet potato tastes delicious in this soup, And the other thing, look at the colors. You can't help but get well if you're eating these kind of colors. So add yourself a purple sweet potato. Now I'm still not promoting white potatoes for healing. That's not going to help you with the reproductive issues. I like to have simple recipes with ingredients you can find at the grocery store, a regular grocery store, as well as, specialty health food stores. This is asparagus. You can find it at any grocery store. But ultimately, if you don't like asparagus, use broccoli. Use something else that you like. But do you see how all of this is melding together with the colors? Is so nutritious in hormone balancing. And this is a serrano pepper. I added this because I wanted a little bit of a kick, but this one pepper did not make this soup overpoweringly hot, but it did add flavor. So you can either leave it out or use your favorite pepper. The other thing is this is raisins. You might be like, why would you put raisins in a soup? Well, the reason that I like to put something sweet in the soup is to counteract the spicy. And now I'm putting the lemon in there, and the lemon actually brings together all the flavors. I'm putting the juice of a whole lemon in here. And remember, all the instructions for this soup are down in the description box below this video. But what the sweet, the hot, the lemon, and all the flavors in the vegetables, and when I add the spices and mix it all together, it combines so well and it hits all of your taste buds. So now that I have added most of the ingredients, I'm going to add the meaty texture to this soup. And what I have today is a variety of different mushrooms, and I put the different types of mushrooms that I'm using down in the description box below, so you can choose whatever mushrooms you want. You don't have to use these fancy mushrooms. These are fancy mushrooms. I normally don't have access to these. It just so happened that when I was at the store this morning, they had a package with a variety of mushrooms in it. I was like, you know what, this would be really good for my soup. So I'm adding it to the soup, and let me tell you, whenever I finished cooking it and I had a bowl of this soup, I had a mouthful of just surprises in my mouth, all the different textures. And it almost put me, especially this type of mushroom right here, which I can't remember off the top of my head which one it is. It almost put me, I think it's trumpet mushrooms actually, but I don't remember. It had the texture of a meat. Not that I'm looking for a texture of meat, but I'm explaining that for you people who want to eat this type of a salad, but you miss that meat flavor or texture. And this is what this will do. So mushrooms are very healthy for you. They have so many medicinal benefits. And if you have not been eating mushrooms, you should really try to eat mushrooms every single day. And a food prep tip would be you buy a big thing of mushrooms at the beginning of the week, and you can water saute them, put some spices on them, or not. You can season them when you're ready to put them into your dish. And you just have them in your refrigerator ready to put on your soups, put in your stir fries or whatever it is you do, and put on your salads. And see, I just kind of just broke this up. But you can also, you don't have to use these fancy mushrooms. You can use whatever mushrooms you actually have available for your, in your store. If they're white mushrooms, if they're portobello mushrooms, whatever you have available in your particular area. Now, these are all the spices that I use for this soup, and as you can see, that was a lot of different spices. So what you want to do, you're not cooking with oil, you're not cooking with chemicals or anything. So you really want to make sure that you are using spices to your advantage. So you want to make sure that your spice drawer is well equipped with lots of different spices so that you can make these foods taste delicious. So after I added the spices, I stirred it a little bit, and now I'm putting the rest of that vegetable broth in my soup. And what I realized at first is that I had just put 4 cups of vegetable broth, but I realized I was going to need more liquid, so I added 4 more cups of water. And so once I added that water, what I ended up doing is turning the fire up, bringing it to a boil, and then turning it down to let it simmer for about 15 to 20 minutes. I didn't want to cook it too long because I didn't want to cook my vegetables to death. I still wanted them to have a bit of a crunch to them. You need to put the lid on once it's simmered, but turn it down to the lowest setting and then let it cook until your potatoes are tender. Here I just took the lid off just for a minute just to see what this is looking like. The potatoes still need to cook just a little bit longer, so I'm going to put the lid back on for another couple minutes, and then I will show you what it looks like when it's finished. So now my soup is done. It's on a rolling boil, which I turned the fire completely off. I'm using an electric plate, so it takes a minute for it to go down to temperature. But do you see how those lentils are nice and soft? The vegetables are still have color to them. The purple sweet potato coloring has bled into the juice of the soup, and this soup tastes so delicious, y'all. Now, if you don't add sodium or salt to this, you probably will need to have some salt if you are a salt eater. But how about tasting it before you add the salt? Don't add it to the pot. Maybe add a sprinkle to your bowl when you have it. But I just want to share with you what it looks like when it's served. So what do you think, ladies? Will you make this soup? You should, because it's going to help balance your hormones. It's healing, it's very clean, it's filling, and it is delicious. And also, the other good thing about this soup is that you can freeze it, you can prep it. What I do when I make soup is I will leave out about 4 servings of soup, 2 for me, 2 for my husband. And usually the rest of the soup I will pack up to freeze so that I have something that I can pull out of the freezer and thaw out at any time when I don't feel like cooking or don't have time to cook, or I'm in a rush or something like that, so that I don't have any excuse to go and eat some food that doesn't bring life to my body. So if this video helped you today, please share it with somebody you think it might help, and look down in the description box if you haven't already and get the ingredients. Also get the foods to avoid list to help you shrink fibroids naturally and balance your hormones naturally. Go get that list. And also I have a new recipe ebook that will be listed down in the description box below this video as well. So if no one told you they love you today, Chelsea in North Carolina loves you very much, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.